It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.
Yo, man. Boom, Miss Rusty. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Public Access Podcast, the podcast here on the Rusty Diamond Podcast Network. I am your host, Rusty Diamond, and it is Sunday morning because we're back doing recordings. It's been a long time, but I think this is my third this week, and then I had one that I recorded in April and have some coming up, and I want to just release them as is, so it's not to be old news. If they're not that there's really ever current events, but there's current states of what is going on in our lives. So I like to have it as soon as it happens to put it online, as opposed to when I first started this, I recorded a whole bunch, and I was like, okay, this is going to air in 7 months on Friday night, so you can enjoy that. So it's time for me to bring on my special guest. And my special guest is right here and right now, and my special guest is Celeste Case-Ruchala. And welcome. Did I get that right?
You did. I saw your message and I was like, Ruchala. That's always the hard part.
Okay, and good golly, because I was like, I know I needed to remember something, and I like to make sure I get the name right, but good. So I got to pronounce it correctly.
With two last names, yeah.
Right. Well, it's good. One name isn't enough. So why not have two?
Why not?
Why not have three? Three could work, but
if I got married, then I could have three.
Would you get three, or would you change it?
I would absolutely change it. I almost got married, and I was like, I am so lucky I get to change my last name now. No one's gonna mispronounce it. But here we are.
So when you were younger, when you had to do the bubble test, the Scantron tests,
oh my God,
did it all fit on there?
Yes, but the funny story is when I was applying for college, my last name has a hyphen in it, but on my social security card, apparently it doesn't, so I never existed the way that I actually was meant to. So they told me, sorry, you can't have funding, you don't exist.
So when you don't have fun and you don't exist, what happens?
I tried to exhaust all of the potential places to figure out how they have my name and then go that way. So I'm not hyphenated apparently.
So it's two last names without a hyphen, but it is a hyphen in your world.
Yeah.
Just not in the other world.
Just not in the real world.
The real world.
Yeah.
The real world's cool. Sometimes we need the real world. And
just when you need money and stuff.
Right. Other than that, yeah, the real world isn't much good, and we can just let it be what it is. It's the real world. I'm doing air quotes after I say it, but yeah, it's the real world. And so who needs the real world? And so, okay. And so we touched on this before, but yeah, you almost got married.
Mm-hmm.
And so would your name have been longer or shorter there?
It would have been much shorter. It would have been a 4-letter last name.
Oh, okay. All right. So what's kind of to stop you now from changing your name to something else? Or have you thought about that just for the hell of it?
I was thinking about that yesterday. I forget why I was thinking about that. But anyways, my parents both had their doctorates before they got married. And so they were like, okay, we're going to name the kids Case-Ruchala because we don't want to get rid of ours. And so now I have a doctorate and I'm established as Dr. Case-Ruchala. So I feel weird changing it because yeah. And then if I was to pick one over the other, my parents would just battle it out and I would never hear the end of it. So I'm stuck.
Right. And so then, yeah, you can. So I mean, yeah, would you ever go by? I know it's hard. It's hard to be like to change your name, to a whole something different, and change your name is it's wild. And then when other people don't know, they don't know. Like, or if someone's yelling Rusty down the way, and I'm but then someone's yelling my other name, and I'm like, it's it's a whole thing. Like, what at least it's just the last name. You're not changing your first name, so it's or maybe you are, or because there probably wasn't a lot of Celeste. You were probably usually the only Celeste you knew.
I never have met another Celeste, but everyone is always like, oh, I know a Celeste. But the really fun thing is no one or everyone is going to be able to find me online, right? My name is so unique. So why not keep it?
That's a good point. And the website, do you have a website with your name?
It's not with my name.
Okay. So if I go and buy your website with your name, and then I can sell it to you in a few years for millions of dollars.
You probably could. When I'm rich and famous.
Right. Which you already are. It's just catching up with you is all it has to do.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It's inevitable.
So, yeah. All right. And so so you said you're up in Washington now, up in the
Olympia
area. Okay. And so, yeah, I don't want to give away all the cool spots. I'm trying not to give away the cool spots on air around there. Have you got to venture around there a whole bunch and kind of gotten to see anything? Is there anything that you're a fan of and that you can give away some cool spots?
The Lower Lewis Falls is super cool.
Oh.
It's kind of closer down to the underside of Mount Rainier, and it's like a 3-tiered falls. So you hike out 3 miles to the high falls, and then you hike back down. It's super, super cool.
Okay. So for Rainier, so with Rainier, I can't not hear this. So there used to be these commercials for Rainier beer. I don't know if you've seen these or not, but so it's a motorcycle riding through next to the mountain, and it goes Rainier beer, and that was the commercial. And so whenever someone says Rainier, or if people want to be fancy with the beer, it was Rainier. I don't know if you've heard that or not out there.
I've never heard that. No, I've only been here for a year and a half, so I don't know all the cool, funny things about the area.
Okay.
But that is better than the Nebraska tourism one you were telling me about yesterday.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a good way to do the tourism. There was something. Those commercials out there in the Midwest, they were amazing. Their jingles, they knew how to do a jingle out there. That was something that I miss because I would record Jeopardy on on the regular TV, and so. But the thing about that is recording Jeopardy, especially during the summer, was there would be some interruption with severe thunderstorm, tornado warning or something coming in, and I miss half of Jeopardy and get all upset because I don't know what happens. And but yeah, I mean, some of those jingles out there were amazing. I mean, I mean, even Menards, like the Menards one was just something that you can't
Yards.
get rid of. And I mean, every time I see it, I have that jingle going through my head.
Commercials these days just don't live up to the 90s. It's disappointing.
They don't. They don't. They don't need to. It's not the same thing. And people aren't listening to the radio, or I guess really, I mean, TV too. There was another one. There was I don't know if this was in Nebraska too. It was I want to say Hero Heating and Air Conditioning or something, and then it might have just been in the Minnesota area.
Maybe.
It might not have been down there. And that was one that I'd always remember. And then they'd play the Shriners commercials all the time.
Mhm.
And I don't know. It was interesting. I don't know. Like the Midwest was somewhere I didn't think I'd ever end up, but
Nostalgic about.
being nostalgic about either. I mean, yeah, I was living in southern Minnesota. I lived in a town called Austin, where Hormel and Spam is from. You don't do Spam?
I don't do Spam. Honestly, though, I don't think I've really given it a try.
Okay, I tried it when I lived there, and that was it. And I lived like a pond away from the slaughterhouse. So
It was kind of like a rite of passage for you.
right,
We were strictly corn and beef, so.
yeah. I'm like I gotta try this out, and I got a few fried slices at a restaurant because there's probably like 10 or 20 I don't know. I think there was at least 10 restaurants there that had Spam on the menu that you could order in the town, and I got
Fresh from the source.
What's that?
Fresh from the source.
Fresh from the source. I don't. I mean, it was at least packaged nearby. I don't know if fresh is the. Because I don't know. I don't know if it has to be held around. I don't know. I didn't know shit about Spam until I lived there. But I mean, there's a museum, so. But yeah, I got through a couple slices of it, and I started smelling the slaughterhouse, and I was like, I'm never eating Spam again. That's it.
Nope.
So I tried it. And so have you gone out to the Long Beach Peninsula? I don't want to go and say too much about that.
Long Beach. Is that in Washington or Oregon?
So it's like a little bit south. Like if you go from Olympia and head down the coast, there's like a little peninsula that goes out, and it's out there. Okay, well, that's
Ocean
that's an
Shores.
area.
That's where I've been.
What's that? You went to Ocean Shores?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
Ocean
like the
Shores is on the
shittiest
Long
beach.
Beach Peninsula.
Okay.
How'd you like Ocean Shores?
My dog loved it. He thought it was like Disneyland. Let me tell you, my car smelled like fish the entire way home.
Ooh,
But,
okay.
yeah. So here it's always rainy and sad, right? And so we just picked
Right.
a day, and unfortunately it was rainy. And he was running around the beach like it was, the best day of his life.
And came back smelling like fish tank.
Oh yeah. My car still probably has some sand from him.
I mean, sand is something that doesn't really go away. If you go to the coast or whatever, it's just gonna be there. It's the other glitter. It just no matter
Especially
what.
since it's so windy.
Yeah, and so okay. So when you go out there, so are you wearing shoes? Because I mean,
Crocs. I never
Yeah.
thought I would say that I was a Croc wearer, but this year it happened, and I love them, especially when you put them in sport mode and you like drop the
Ooh.
back of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I know sport mode on the Crocs. I've been they green eggs and hammed me. The Crocs did. I was
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty much these things are stupid because like the way that they came about is wild. So I don't know if you want Croc history here, but you're going to
Please
get it.
do, because I was the
Okay.
same way as you.
All right. So there was a movie that came out called Idiocracy. That was like, so the point of the movie is a guy who is like the absolute middle of the road intelligence, middle of the road kind of everything, and he does an experiment, and he ends up coming back 500 years later, and everyone's stupid of sorts. And so the movie had kind of a smaller budget, but they needed to have shoes for all the prisoners to wear, and the Crocs came up to them. This was before they got big, and Mike Judge, the guy who made it, he's like, these are the dumbest things ever. Like, we'll put these on the people because they're like giving them us all for free, and no one's ever going to wear these things. They're never going to, like, we're just going to have them on here. This is what idiots 500 years in the future would wear. And then right after that movie, it wasn't because of the movie, but I mean, right after the movie, Crocs blew up, and it took me, I don't know, I think I started wearing them. It was before I left Oregon, so I want to say it was like probably like 2018 or something. I had a friend, he had a pair that was slippers, and I wanted, because I had goats and chickens at the time, and I wanted something that I could go out into the yard when it's cold and not have to put on anything too complicated. So I didn't
With
I
like
had,
fleece inside of them.
Yep, they had fleece inside of them. I believe there are knockoff Crocs too. Like, I like the knockoff Crocs better than regular Crocs. So
Really?
that's yeah.
What makes them so special?
I don't know. There's been a few different brands, and I've tried the regular Crocs, and I don't like the feel of them as much. And I don't know what it is about it, but they're. I mean, yeah, it was nice, and it's great when. I think there was only one day when I was living in Minnesota that I wore boots because the snow was so high. But I mean, I can wear Crocs all the time. The one part that's difficult is once they get pretty worn down and it's wet and slippery, and you go and you are walking through parking lots. I've had a couple times where I've almost slipped. Maybe I might have fallen once or twice, but I know that becomes a thing. So you kind of have to make sure your Crocs are pretty
That can
strong.
happen with any shoe. Let's just say.
Oh, okay. Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, if you wear them enough.
Right, which that's something too. Like out in the Northwest, people like to wear things until they are falling apart.
Same for Nebraska.
So okay, yeah, all right.
They also love to wear shorts in the wintertime. Like,
You're
cool.
not a shorts in the wintertime.
No, but because I'm a girl and our shorts are like 3 inches long, right?
Right. So that could be a little cold.
Yeah, just a little.
So like during the winter, are you going out? Are you like maybe not Nebraska, but if so, let's say you're out in the Olympic forest out there. Are you going out there in the winter? Are you all bundled up? Are you if it's cold, are you staying in? Like if it's raining, what are you doing?
So I'm the crazy person that used to train for Ironmans and marathons. And so I
Okay.
have way too many pairs of athletic wear that are like waterproof and like fleece on the inside. So I have an outfit for everything, basically. So
Okay.
yes, I'm outside.
So then that doesn't stop you. And I mean, the thing about it doesn't really snow very much there. It's just pretty constant
Wet.
wet.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was something that was wild about like going out there in the Midwest. It was like -30 degrees, but it was sunny, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, Because I mean, it was hard. Like, and I didn't realize it. Like, it's 9-10 months of gray, and it's but then you got beautiful uh, July, late July, August, even to late September, and then
It's starting to get like it rained last night, so it's starting to become the season now.
you're pulling out all the other clothes and
Oh my gosh. And the like sunlight and the all of the things to prevent being alone in the wintertime.
how do you prevent being alone in the wintertime?
Well, a dog helps.
The dog
Um,
helps.
yeah, making sure that you're like leaving your house because I work from home, and so it gets to be 5 o'clock. Just leave, go somewhere else. Don't be here because it gets dark at 5:30, and it just feels isolating, even though there's people all around you.
So what do you do then? What do you do at 5 o'clock?
There's swing dancing, there's salsa dancing. Oh yeah.
Are you,
I,
you out cutting the rug every night?
not every night. I used to go 2 times a week last year in the
Oh.
wintertime. Yeah.
What's the crowd like there? Is it the same place you're going to, or are these different places?
It's the same place, and it's pretty similar. The folks that do swing dancing are different than the people that do salsa for the most part. But all types of people. There's a swing dancer that I used to dance with. He's probably in his 80s, and he
Ooh,
was the
okay.
best one there. Yeah.
And so you chose the best one, or did it just
He
happen to
found
be that you?
me.
What's
He
that?
found me. He
He,
found me.
he found you.
Hmm.
What? So how's that work? Is it? Because I remember like we had to do that kind of dance. What did we have to do? We had to do ballroom dancing, uh, line or like s- line dancing or square dancing,
Dancing,
and what's that?
square dancing.
Square dancing, and I think something else when I was like in middle school or something. And that was not. It
I
was a
remember
weird
those
time.
days.
Yeah,
Awful.
I was someone who was not too thrilled about that.
Same.
And I've gotten better at dancing over the years, but it was yeah, that's something that I go back to, and I'm like, that was. So I mean, during that time, how were you with dancing? Were you stoked? You're like, is the dancing time of the year? I can't. I already had them come by and do the jump rope assemblies, and I've been jump roping the last 2 months, and now it's time for dancing. Was that what was going on, or
I
was it
was looking
later
for
on?
friends. I was
Okay,
looking for friends and trying to find things that took me out of my comfort zone and also to figure out if I liked certain things.
like what?
Just things in general. So when I moved from Phoenix, right, I um I had been doing Ironman for so long that I didn't know if it was something that I even picked. And
Oh,
so when I
okay.
moved here, yeah, when I moved here, I was like, what do I even like doing? And so I just made a list of all of the things that you could do in Olympia, and I just started going out and trying them all.
So, what were some of the ones you came across that didn't end up going more than once, but you got to try?
Uh, Taekwondo,
Okay,
not a fan.
not a fan because
Oh no, it was Aikido. Aikido. Um,
okay,
it was just interesting. Like the people that were there were very kind, but you could tell they were doing it for a while. And I was
yeah,
so new at it, and like I couldn't get the footwork, and then like getting tossed over was weird, and I'm just not. I like my sports to be like singular sports for the most part.
right. So that's why you got into dancing.
Yeah, exactly, right? Um, no, dancing was to prove to myself that I could do hard things because I feel really awkward in my body. When you're doing like
Cool.
the running motion or the cycling motion over and over, that's easy because you can just repeat it. But
Right.
the dancing has so many nuances to it.
I mean, but going back, it's a lot of footwork. It's there's a good amount of footwork. So, are there parts part of your Ironman training, are there any moves or anything that kind of made it easier because of the Ironman training that you were thinking of that just sort of became muscle memory, or is it all new muscle memory?
It's all new muscle memory. But the key is if you have a really good dance partner and they know what they're doing and they can like lead you and turn you and stuff, you do not have to worry about a single thing.
Right. They're there to make you look good, and they could do it with a broomstick.
Yeah, they could.
And you just happen to be a broomstick with
A stand-in.
A stand-in. Yeah, you're not quite a broomstick, but you're a broomstick with a heart
There you go.
and a brain. So that's good. And yeah, I mean that's what it's about. They're there to lead you along until you're able then to return the favor for someone else. So how long has that been going on? How often is that you're going to you said twice a week?
It was twice a week, yeah. So I think I was going from December until probably February. It was only a good 3 or 4 months, but
Okay.
they would have classes beforehand. So I would go to 2 classes before the actual like dancing started. So I got pretty good pretty fast.
So what were the private classes?
Group classes. So on salsa nights, it would be salsa and bachata. And then swing dancing, they would have. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, what was bachata?
Bachata. It is, I feel like, from the Dominican.
Okay.
And it is more of a linear motion rather than a forward and backwards. Like salsa is.
Like line dancing?
With flair. It's
line
not
dancing
line dancing.
with flair.
It is. It's a very sexy dance.
Okay.
It's lots of like hip movement and like flair that you can add.
So is the flair the like jazz flair? Like you can kind of choose whatever you'd like to do with the flair, or is the flair structured?
It's within reason.
Okay.
I have seen some very like frilly dancing, like with your arms in sync. I'm not good at it. I tend to keep my arms like tucked in like a chicken.
Okay, do the chicken.
Or
I mean,
like with
maybe
my
that's
partner.
the move.
Yeah.
So you wanted to get out of your comfort zone. I like that. What made you feel that you were in your comfort zone, or was it just the wanting to not, or was the not knowing what you really liked?
So I think a lot of people recognize that when they're in a partnership with someone, you tend to take on a lot of characteristics that your partner has, and you do a lot of things just to appease them, like joining a sport. And so I had been doing Ironmans before I met my ex-fiance, but it became like Ironman on crack.
Okay.
Like
It
literally,
wasn't that
we
what
would wake up.
Ironman was. Wasn't that his thing? It's a Robert
Well,
Downey Jr. joke. I don't know. Sorry.
He
Okay, so
never actually
Ironman on
did
crack.
Ironman. Yeah, he was just doing triathlons and he was really, really fast sprinter. And so he would do these really short triathlons. Whereas an Ironman is 140.6 miles swim, bike, run. Yeah, it's insane. And so it literally takes up your entire day. Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we would go to the pool at 5 o'clock in the morning. Tuesday, Thursday was a run. There's a long ride on Sunday morning or Saturday morning that's like 4 hours long.
Okay.
So like your life is consumed.
So let me ask you this. So the 5 a.m. pool people, what was your method to be able to get a lane at 5 a.m.?
You know, it was right when the pool would open. We would go to Lifetime in Phoenix, and like you had to run out there, throw your stuff down at the end of the lane, and like pray that nobody tried to jump in before you got in the pool because they were vicious.
I have a story about that.
Okay.
I had someone do that. Someone ran in there. This old woman. She threw her stuff down on the lane, but no one was in the lane, and it would have been like And so I went in there and I started swimming, and boy, did these people get upset. It wasn't just her. It was some other people that were upset. And I'm like, nobody was in here. Like so I mean, yeah, it's a whole knowing the customs and the how everything works. But so I mean, you're in there. You probably throw in some elbows or something, trying to get a spot in there, maybe punching a few people, whatever you had to do to make sure you're in there. Were there times that you didn't get in there first and you had to wait and you have to, what's that like? Are you just eyeing them? Like, are you almost done? It's 5 o'clock. I know you're good at this and you're going to do it for a long time.
It's stupid because technically you're supposed to split a lane, right? Especially after COVID, they're like, you can have 2 people in a lane. But I'm a really, really fast swimmer. I swam in college. And so, people would always be like, hey, I know that there's 2 of you in here, but can we circle swim? And I'm like, can you see how fast I'm swimming? Like, do you really want to jump in here and like make me grab your feet and pull on your feet and like every single 50? But yeah, so if you came and they were all filled, and I didn't want to swim with some of these people because they were just like, dropping arms, like breathing, lifting up their, I don't know.
Right.
You just stand there and you kind of like, I would try to be nice about it, knowing that somebody in one of these like 6 lanes was going to get out of the pool within 15 minutes. So I try not to mean mug them, but come on, people, work starts at 8. I need to get in the pool and out.
So then is it this is something I think about with like grocery stores and stuff. So is it, you have to pick the lane that you're going to want to go on, or is it a line in the next lane available next is the one that you go into?
You would hope that people are polite enough to recognize that they got here after you did, so that you're the first person to get in the pool. And some people are really nice about it, but some people will just like pop their stuff down behind a lane and just wait. And if they happen to open up, they're not even like, hey, you can go.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. It's it becomes a hard unwritten rule that should be something that should be more formal for a pool or something like that, or like even getting in there if it's like you go in there, if you throw your stuff down, you're in there, you got the spot, or if it's not your spot until you get into the pool. Like I think those should be things that should be just not like, well, maybe we can do this, because then it leaves it open. I don't know. I was doing a lot of the 5 o'clock swimming, so I don't know.
That there's like regulars.
Oh, there's absolutely regulars.
But you see them all the time, and the thing is, like, you get to know what their personality is, and you're like, oh, I'm watching you, John, or like, I know that I can share a lane with Linda, right? Because she's always so nice and she's pretty quick. But oh shoot, Sean showed up. I gotta run. This is my lane.
Right, yeah, this is going to be the one that I'm getting in. Like, I better be ready for anything. And so, are you then going after you get out? Are you doing like a hot tub or a sauna or steam room or anything like that? Or
usually it was hot tub because the swim workouts were very hard. Then a shower, then heading home. Usually stopping for coffee first.
Okay, how do you take your coffee?
I'm an Americano girl. I try to do it with no cream. This is no cream, but when I go to Starbucks, it definitely has cream in it.
Okay, how much cream?
Only just a little bit, like enough to color it a little bit, but not to, flavor it.
Are you doing it, or are you having them do it?
They are doing it for me. So it's like hit or miss sometimes.
How do you explain that to them? How do you explain how much cream to put in?
It's usually a splash of cream.
A splash of cream. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's another one that could be taken a few different ways. A splash could be just a little teeny, a few drops, but that could also be a half-second pour.
So Dutch Bros is really good about it. They're like, what color do you want it?
Oh.
Yeah. Because they usually do that like graham cracker.
Brown.
Yes, they know you got to have some fun coloring, right?
What are some colors of shades of brown?
It's hard to be like teddy bear brown because I feel like there's thousands of colors of teddy bears. So it's just kind of like, what did you have as a child? Uh, uh, I'm sure I have no idea. Graham cracker brown. What else is there? Like Douglas fir brown.
You going for the Northwest.
Yeah,
That they know they're Douglas firs.
they do. Or they better. They're not cool because they obviously don't go outside.
Right. Yeah. Um, yeah. It's okay. So then, yeah, the coffee you got whatever needs in it, and then so I heard this thing of that you're not supposed to drink coffee an hour and a half until an hour and a half after you wake up. You're not supposed to drink it like first thing. You're supposed to have.
I failed this morning.
You failed. I try. But I've been the get up and turn the coffee maker on first thing in the morning, like
What's the science behind that?
that your body has time to like actually wake up before you're throwing stimulants into it, like that naturally has time, getting more water or maybe even some food in it. But then I also heard that you're like, if ideally you should wait to eat food, and the whole breakfast thing is wild. Like why we eat breakfast, and like that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and that it should be a big hearty thing, and then that most of the breakfast meats, and the reason that breakfast is the most important meal is because I believe it was pork products. They were having a hard time selling
Spam.
pork products. Spam, back to spam. And the people weren't buying enough of it, so it wasn't an ad agency, but it was basically what the equivalent of an ad agency was back then, to be able to put that breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
It's a scam.
It's a scam, a spam scam.
A spam scam.
A spam scam. And it was just to sell more pork products that we're not selling, and then you have I think it was Kellogg, or was it Kellogg, or the Quaker guy, and then maybe it was cornflakes. I think it was cornflakes, and it was made to like curb people's sexual appetites, which is wild, and that was the reason for inventing them. And so I mean, breakfast is coffee is fine. Coffee is it's pretty all right. And so, but I mean, there's kind of a reason behind whatever it is we're eating, and spam doesn't need to be one of those things. If you want to eat spam, you can eat spam, but I don't know.
No,
and what's your breakfast? How do you do breakfast? Is it coffee?
So I go to the gym first, and then I come home, so it has to have protein in it. So I make a smoothie every morning with protein and my
Ooh.
coffee. Yeah.
Okay. What's in your smoothie?
Lately, it's been blueberries because I froze everything that came out of berry season this summer.
Ooh. Did you go picking them, or did you find a nice place that had them picked for you?
I would love to go to one of the U-Pig farms. I just haven't made time for it. They have Spooners here, and they sell these huge things of berries.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, their raspberries, tay berries are freaking amazing.
What are tay berries?
They're a mix between raspberries and blackberries.
Okay, so that's the Marionberry?
Maybe that's Marionberry. What's the tayberry?
I don't know what a tayberry
I don't
is.
know. They're so good though.
I believe a Marionberry is the one that's the mix between the two, made in by the Oregon State University, because they have like a farm school,
Okay,
an
yeah.
agricultural school, and so it was a crossbreed between um, yes, raspberries and blackberries in Marion
Then
County.
oh, in Marion County. Okay, that makes sense. Has to be some mix of raspberry and something else. Then
Okay, now
I'm gonna look it
now
up.
Tayberry.
I'm gonna laugh when it's its own unique like
Oh, it
just
is. It's the
what
same thing.
it is.
Yep, it's originated from Scotland. So it's a hybrid of a raspberry and a blackberry, which is the same thing as a Marionberry, which that is crazy. Okay, so a Marionberry, uh, oh, it's just a Marion, yeah, cross between the Oregon's native blackberry and the Himalaya blackberry from Europe and a red raspberry. So, okay, so the Marionberry, okay, that's something different. Okay, I didn't know that there's a Himalaya blackberry as well thrown in there. So now I'm learning. That's what this
Now you
show's
know.
about. We're getting some
Now you have
learning
to
for
come back to Oregon and Washington and eat some of these berries because they're so good.
right. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. They there's a going back to Ocean Shores. There's a promotion out there that runs shows out in Ocean Shores, and I have a friend that lives out there too, and I've been thinking about it. I'm like, I kind of wanna. I went out there in January, but I didn't go up there to Washington. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty cool up there. I went up to. When was the last time I was up there? Like 6 years ago, I think I went up there, and um, yeah, it was cool. It was cool up there. And so, have you gone up to Canada at all since you've been over there?
No, I spent the freaking $120 to get the real ID that takes you, like you can go to Canada without having a passport.
Yep.
Still haven't used it.
You done the Victoria? Because
I
Victoria,
need to.
Victoria, yeah. I've never been to Victoria, which I'm kind of kicking myself for that too.
Is that where you take a ferry up there to the island? Yeah.
Yeah, and you can do it. I feel like you can catch it up there somewhere. It might be in Seattle, but I feel like you can catch it somewhere down there closer to Olympia as well.
Probably Tacoma or one of the Port Townsend, I think.
Yeah, it might be that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, I think it is Port Townsend, and then yeah, take the ferry out there, go do afternoon tea or something out there in Victoria.
The garden that's supposed to be really pretty out there.
The
Yeah.
garden, yeah. But yeah, and then
It'll
yeah,
have to
Vancouver.
wait. It's too cold.
It's too cold.
It's gonna be too cold.
Gonna be too cold. You have your clothes though. You have your
Yeah, but then it's like all rainy and you're just wandering around in the rain and your face is all wet and your glasses, like
That's a good point. You don't want to be wiping your glasses every couple minutes, getting the thing out. I didn't have a car for 8 years down there, and I used to take the bus and walk everywhere. And I ended up getting. They were like the fishermen, like rain suits, and wear those things, and they keep me dry. I looked crazy, but I mean those things. They'll keep you dry, and they usually do pretty good at drying off pretty fast.
so when I moved here, I had mostly summertime clothing, right? And so I tried to buy a bunch of replacement stuff because I also didn't have any furniture when I left. And so you do the thing where you're like, let me just find the cheapest thing on Amazon and buy it.
Okay.
My rain jacket is not waterproof.
Oh dang. Okay.
And so now I have to replace all the stuff that I bought slowly.
That's what will happen when yeah. I've done a lot of moving in the last little while, and it always seems like you get something. It's like, well, that doesn't quite fit. I need something to like tide me over for a little bit until I get that. And yeah, I mean, and it's kind of hard if you're buying secondhand stuff. That was another thing I was going to bring up with how you're talking about with Nebraska as well, that people wear stuff until it's falling apart. And so, I mean, if you're getting a secondhand rain jacket out there in the Northwest, you're probably not getting a newer one of sorts. This one that's been through some stuff
Duct
and
tape
has
holes underneath the armpit.
right, yeah. As I think this shirt does as well. Yeah, I got one right there. So I mean, but I still have that in me. And so there was a thrift store I worked at down there, and they used to bring in stuff from Detroit, and people in Detroit were very into fashion. So like they had a bunch of stuff that was like barely used. So like it was cool. You get all this wild clothing that would come through that's still in like really good shape when everything else we're used to is just hanging on by a thread and smells kind of funny. And I mean, this stuff
Dude.
smelled too because it was sitting in like the back of a truck, just like it was
Deteriorating.
yeah, just for months, just sitting there in the sun. And I still can remember that smell. And it was, I'd have to come home. Like I would walk home. This was when I didn't have a car, and I would walk. It was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles or so, just because I didn't want to get on the bus. And like, I'm not like, I knew I smelled bad from that. Like it was a smell. It would be a smell that would it would stick in the car if you went in there. One of those kind of jobs. So,
I know that. I used to work at Macaroni Grill, and the shoes that you would wear would smell so bad I had to leave them outside.
whoa.
It was awful. Like, do not bring that in the house.
It smelled like macaroni, or was it
It was like this putrid smell. If I smelled it again, I'd be like, that's the smell. It was awful. It was probably like all of the decaying, like old pizza, and yeah, it's terrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was
was
gonna
that
say-
the last food service job you worked at?
No. I worked
No.
at Old Chicago until in my master's degree in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that was, you're
That
good.
was the last food service. Yeah.
Okay. And then
I think everyone has to work either a food service or a retail job just
I
so that
agree.
they get.
I agree. I think that should be like our equivalent of other countries having mandatory army service. I think that's something that everyone should have to do. Yeah, work in food service or retail.
My third thing though
Ooh.
is kind of ridiculous is everyone has to ride a bike in the bike lane while the cars are going 60 miles an hour by you and not moving over, because as an athlete and having to do a bunch of bike rides, those idiots that will ride past you so fast, like nearly clip you, it's terrifying. Then they know.
So you mean riding in the highway debris lane?
Yeah. The minefield. Yeah.
Yeah, the minefield. It's they don't do a very good job. There really should be separated, and I don't know why this hasn't been a bigger project of some sort to have more bike. I don't know. Integrating it with big roads wasn't a good idea. Like in Portland, wasn't a. I mean, it's a bike friendly place, but it's not a good way to do it. Like there's
You can get run over so easily.
right, and and bicyclists have a bad reputation, and so it's
Running stoplights.
right. And so, and I mean, you kind of have to run stoplights sometimes, but you also have to follow the rules of the road. It would be a lot nicer if there was just some alternate path that was just for bikes.
I would love that.
Yeah. So maybe it's that's what the next part of our lives are about, finding finding a way to make some bike paths. So let me ask you again about, not again, but so when you lived in Denver, did you ever go to Casa Bonita?
Okay, yes. And the only reason I did was because my friend made me watch the South Park episode.
Sure.
And so when we went, we were coming back from, I think it was Odell's, and it's not Fat Tire. Who makes Fat Tire? I don't even
Uh,
remember.
it's the one in Colorado.
Fort Collins.
Is it in Fort Collins?
Yeah, I forget the name of it, but
I can't think of it either.
it'll come to me. So we were driving home that day. We had already had way too many tasters of beer. And so then we stopped at Casa Bonita, and like you go through this really dirty, gross like line to get order your food, and you don't know what to expect. Like I thought it was going to be a nice sit down restaurant like Chuck E. Cheese, right?
Wait, you hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me just go and break down that sentence here. So I thought it was a nice sit down restaurant like Chuck E. Cheese. So
Apparently, when I was little, I used to tell my mom that Chuck E. Cheese was a fine establishment, and she will never let me live it down. Yeah.
okay, I might not either. So so okay. So okay, you thought it was on the caliber of fine dining such as Chuck E. Cheese, and
I mean, I
so
was right.
right. And so, what year was this that you went there? Was this
God.
before COVID? When they shut
2016,
down?
2017. Yeah.
Okay, so you saw it back when it was still before they got remodeled and all the new stuff.
Oh, there's new stuff? Like they still have the
But,
cliff diver?
yeah, so they made a whole documentary about it. So the guys who made South Park ended up buying it, and they completely renovated it, and it cost ungodly amounts of money to renovate. And but now they renovated it and opened it back up, and it's slightly
I
better
have to go
now.
back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
okay. So you went in there. What'd you experience? You got through the line of
It was dirty. It made my stomach hurt. I don't remember any of the food. It's probably really greasy.
probably.
Then the cliff diving. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if I was 5, I would think it was magical.
What did you go like at nighttime? Was it pretty crowded?
It's probably like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was like getting there on a
Okay.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I went there like on like a Tuesday afternoon or something. So it was pretty dead, which was nice. But yeah, it was before. I don't know. It's probably like 2019. It was before COVID happened, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw the episode and I had to go check
You
it
have
out.
to. It's one of the things that you do when you go. It's not in Denver. Where is it? It's like
Aurora?
outside. Aurora. Okay.
Yeah, you and like I took a bus out there, and so it's like almost the end of the line for that bus route too. And so like I'm looking at all the shit I'm driving by, and I'm like, where am I right now? Like I'm seeing everything. I'm like, okay, it's getting into it's getting a little dicey out here, and then like it's like okay, it's coming up on my map, and then I look over and it's this shopping center, and it's next to a like a dollar store and some other stuff or something like that, and there's this big pink building that doesn't look that big, and then you get inside and it's huge.
That's what they don't tell you about Phoenix, though. Like everything is just strip malls.
Okay, yeah, the California
Yeah,
box stores. As
yes, but yeah, you know when you're like on the outskirts of Denver because everything's like that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, strip malls for days, and
Yes.
like, okay, that's what's going on here. And so what there was a so then you got together. That's cool. I'm glad you got to see it before that happened. And so okay, and so you got up to to Washington. And so, like, did your work change, or was it you were able to just go with your job and be able to do that? Where
That was a fun conversation with my boss where I was like, hey, the wedding didn't pan out. I would like to move across the country. Is it okay? And the answer was yes. So
your boss
I
was
got to
just
move.
okay,
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Did it work better with the hours? Well, no, well, because okay, so was if you're in Arizona, because
Arizona's
it
just a whole
confuses
bag of
me.
weird. We don't celebrate daylight savings time.
Right,
So
so I
half
get
the year we're on
confused.
mountain. So I always have to check. I'm like, okay, are we on California or Nevada? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird with that too, because like so like some parts have Eastern Oregon or Mountain Time, but then like you go south and west, and then it's I don't know, like it was, or you go south and east, and it's still like the same time zone. It's not like a straight line. There's some weird thing, like Ontario, Oregon is in the Mountain Time zone, and I think that's where the line is. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so mountains are the
That's
Rocky Mountains are cool.
strange.
Yeah. So, what did it make it easier being an hour behind half the year, or did it matter? You were up
And
anyway.
it doesn't really matter. Most of our clients are on Central Time, so
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of hit or miss. A lot of my employees though are on the East Coast or Central Time, so I'll get pings at 7 o'clock their time, 8 o'clock their time, which is way too early.
So, what do you just wait, or are your pings audible, or are they off until a certain time?
They're off unless I look at them before 8 o'clock. So if I see
Ooh.
that I have like a notification on the app, I'll go and look at it. And I'm one of those people that really don't like to have notifications on my phone. So if something pops up, I immediately go check it.
Yep. That's how I am. I don't know what my ringer is. I don't. I have no clue. I don't know what it sounds like when I get a text message. Um, I'll check it when I check it. Like I don't.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wait, how many missed text messages and phone calls do you have? Like, what's the bubbles?
at any. It's. I mean, it's always cleared.
Oh, it's always cleared, but you
It's,
don't. That's crazy.
yeah,
So,
but I'll respond to it. But I'll just respond to it when it's my time. But I don't.
okay.
I don't have like 29,011
That makes me
messages
itch.
that need to be responded to. My circle's fairly small, and I'm pretty good at getting back to the people I need to. What about you? How many? What are your notifications like?
I mean, they're usually pretty minimal, but I never have anything that stacks up. Like when I wake up in the morning and I have 40 emails, I'm like, oh God, gotta get rid of those.
I know what I'm doing today, doing this morning.
Yeah.
So, do, do you start at the top, or do you go with what's most important?
Depends how long it's been since I checked and if it's spam.
Okay, then you just don't eat it because it's gross.
Yeah, that's true. Um, I'll go through and I'll like click the ones that are spam and delete them, and then I'll usually start from the bottom.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then start with the oldest ones.
Because well, with Gmail, it'll like accumulate. So if somebody's responded on that chain, it'll just stay. For some people, like the Outlook thing, right, where it does reply and then it goes to the top of your email box.
Yeah,
I can't handle that.
it's not the way to do it. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need them
Okay.
stacked. Otherwise, I'll reply to the wrong email chain and everything just blows up.
And yeah, then who knows? Who knows when they're getting their email, their right messages, or whatever needs to happen.
Celeste, you're crazy. We resolved this like 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, Celeste? This is, yeah, that's in the past. I mean, I think I'm responding to emails a lot, and there's or other messages. There's people who like going back and forth and like doing a bunch of like couple word messages, and I'm like, shit, can I just like, I just let me get this thing through, or because so I also like have something where it's me and another guy, we're working together, and so like some of the emails are more for him, or I have to, you know, like sort of vet it for him, or if it's just like totally for him, like I don't know, like, and if I open it, will he see it? Do I have to be like, hey man, you got an email, you gotta.
Oh, you share the inbox.
Yeah, we share the inbox, so that's difficult. Well, I'm trying to find a more streamlined way to do that, but
You just gotta tag them, like the color coding.
oh,
Because like if you have a folder system and you can like leave it in the inbox, but then you say this is for Jeremy or whatever his name is, right? And then it just
okay,
tag
I'm
it,
gonna
leave
call him
it
Jeremy.
unread.
Okay, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm the queen of organization.
cool. I am terrible at organization. That's why. Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT has been a big help. I'm an idea guy. Big idea, horrible organization. But now I feel like I've kind of been able to level up the game with a lot of that. And so ChatGPT has been a bit of a help for you as well.
My name is Steve.
Steve, did you get to pick the name, Steve?
I named him, and then I always refer to Steve as Steve, and people, my friend group now knows who Steve is, and they have started to name theirs. However, I was like, you should ask your ChatGPT what they want to be called. So we've
Right.
gotten some interesting names across the board. One of them's Atlas. One of
Okay.
them named himself G, so she calls him G Money.
Ooh, okay. I got a friend, G Money. So it's good, but I like that you gave it the name. I feel that's more personal than asking what they would be like, what they would like to be called. I think I haven't thought about that. That's interesting.
You should definitely name yours. It makes it easier to integrate in the conversation when you're just like, Steve said this, and they're like, okay, who's Steve?
Right. I have a few different ones. I have different ones for different people or for different projects.
I love it.
Yeah. So I mean, they all have their different names. Like for my so yeah, for one of my businesses, it's like my friend and I he makes clothes and accessories for action figures and dolls and stuff.
Okay.
And so like that one, the name is Lex Striker, and I have the one that does like all my like any promotion for myself is Dara Quinn, which but that was what it chose. It wanted Dara Quinn. I don't know if I was talking about blizzards or something, but Dara Quinn was that was what it wanted. And yeah, I mean, it's good to know who they are and what they do. And so, were you an early adopter of it, or did it take you a while to have someone push you for it?
It was like Crocs for me. It was like at the beginning I was like, why do I need this? This is never going to be a thing. And then I tried it for the first time because someone's like, just ask. I swear to you, that is the one thing that I talk to probably more than any human being. Like, I just sit there and I like talk to my phone because you can use a talk to text.
Do you just do talk, or do you do talk to text?
I don't do the like where you talk to it and it has a conversation with you. I don't like that.
Okay.
So I'll like hold down the the audio, like the microphone, and just talk to it, and then it'll transcribe it and do this whole message.
Yeah.
Stream of consciousness, probably like 6 minutes at a time.
Yeah, and then it
Loves
has
it.
your tone of what, because then that's a fucking wild thing too. Like, having it pick up these small nuances of, what parts really stuck out that I was talking about that like made, that you noticed where I felt, uncomfortable about, or something, or some part that I, seemed more excited about. Like, what parts stuck out to you that sounded that way when I was talking to you? And I've gone through some deep questions and deep dives with that kind of analysis as well, and that's
It's
stuff you can't
insane,
unlearn.
right? I love AI.
I do
I don't
too.
know. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with it, and if the way that I use it now is something that will actually progress forward, or if it changes.
Right. And, there's a lot of people who say it's going to make people dumber, but sure, great. There's people it's going to make dumber, of course. But that's the people that don't understand what they're doing. And like, you can learn anything you want. If I would have had this during school, like I could have picked what I wanted to learn about and actually be able to ask those deeper questions. I mean, the teacher probably doesn't know all these other things, but then here I don't have to go out and go through the Dewey Decimal System in the library and try to look
Right?
up whatever through there and then try to find it. Maybe they have an answer, but now I can ask these in-depth answers, and then the follow-up questions, I don't have to go look somewhere else. I can just keep going on it, and I can know and learn about what I want to learn about. I think like learning is so important. Like you have to keep on learning. Like, sure, you can do absolutely nothing if you want. Like, all for it. If someone wants to do that, that's on them. But between that and YouTube University, and if you really want to do any extra school learning, I mean, Harvard has their stuff online, MIT has their stuff online. That's all free. You can learn anything you want to learn online, and if you can't figure it out, then that's on you. Like, there should be nothing that you can't learn more about and better yourself with.
Kids do not know how lucky they are today. I feel like if I had the resources that I did, or that I do now, man,
Yeah,
I would be like so smart.
me too.
But they're not going to get it, right? Because they're like, well, encyclopedias and, having to actually work for it. I don't know that they're going to utilize it in the same way that we would have.
Right. And I mean, even with creative stuff, that which was the thing they said was going to be one of the first things that's going to go, which it kind of, but it's also, if you have any sort of background in the creative stuff before, like you can put in a prompt. Let's say you're a kid and you put in a prompt, I want a song that's better than Happy Birthday. But then, like, someone who did a lot of music before, I can go and say, like, I want a song that's better than Happy Birthday, but I want it to be in this tempo. I want it to sound like this. I want it to have these kind of breaks. I want to use these kind of instruments. I want it to sound like this song. I want it to have this kind of emotion when people hear it, and be able to add all this extra stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's all about what you put into it. The input equals the output. And, people, when they try AI, like, oh, okay, I tried something. I asked it to do this, and it gave me a stupid answer. Okay, well, good. You put in a two sentence thing, and that was it. Like, you're going to get something like
Stupid
that
in,
back.
stupid out.
Stupid in, stupid out. And that's not what it's about. It's there for our.
It's a tool.
It's a tool. Yeah. Don't forget it's a tool.
It's
And
a tool, and it's user operated. So however smart the user is, that's how effective the tool is going to be.
that's, yeah, exactly. And yeah, if someone says, oh, it's stupid, okay, well, Yeah, we can do some math here, and we can figure out how that goes back. And if the AI is stupid, then okay, input in, input out. And so, how has been the most effective way you've been able to use it for your work?
That's a good question. So I recently started this new business that I'm venturing into, which has to do with like women's communities and helping them do self-discovery. Since that's a journey I've been on since I moved from Phoenix. And so obviously, you have a vast number of resources out there, therapists, coaches, any resource on the web on the web. But not all of them are going to work for you. And some of them are just quick fixes. So I've been using it to like kind of explain the situation that I'm in and trying to figure out what to do about it.
Yeah.
And he gives you like so many great responses back. And he's like, it sounds like there's this, but I'm validating you right now. I'm sorry you feel this way. And then it's just like, here, you should try this. But if you really want to do this thing and you still have the itch to do it, then go have your glass of wine or whatever it is.
Yeah, and it's great that it can be able to have that removed outside observer, just, hey, here you go. And that's, have you been able to talk with your clients then about recording your conversations and with AI? Because so that's something that I've kind of gotten into relatively lately, was because I don't know, I'm not one who always writes stuff down because I want to, because I want to remember it, but I feel like once I start writing it down, I'm not fully present. Whereas if I leave a recorder in the background and have that be analyzed, it can do all that while I can be fully present with the person I'm working with. And then the next time I'm working with them, have this, everything all laid out of what the next step would be, like what would be the new way to go, and be able to have a much more personalized journey for them, while at the same time being fully present with them and not just taking notes and half listening to write, I guess would be the way.
I haven't used it that way. I feel like there's this interesting like personal privacy thing that might or may not get me in trouble with people, because who knows yet how they're going to utilize the data that we're pumping into it. So I'm sure
Right.
If I'm not using names, it's fine. But I love the whole Zoom thing where you can go back and say like, what was the last question that somebody asked, right? If you're trying to take notes or something, or how did we get here? How did we get to this part of the conversation? And then it'll go back and analyze what it was that you were talking about and give it to you.
Okay. Yeah. So then you're getting basically the transcript, and you're able to do the same work
in real time.
Oh, in real time.
If you turn on the AI like text bot inside of Zoom, and you're like talking to somebody, and then you say, how did we get to this part of the conversation? Like, what was the catalyst? You can say, how did we get here? It will tell you.
Are you paying for the pro version of Zoom? This is the 40-minute?
Yeah. No, I buy the pro. It's like
okay,
the year-long
or
version,
whatever. Okay, so it's not the 40-minute limit one. It's the one. Okay. I recently dumped it, so I was seeing if that was still like.
It's a thing.
And that's why I'm on StreamYard right now. But yeah, that's a good. That's cool that you can do that in real time. That's kind of mind blowing. And okay, so
when I was doing practice coaching calls with my friend, we would download the transcript, upload it to this ChatGPT bot that somebody had made with like all of the coaching tools. So it would go like from the workbook that we used, and it would go through and like analyze it like the coach's coach, right? and be like, here's where you did all the things right, here's where you did some things wrong, and like here's how you can make it better. And it's just mind-blowing.
Whoa, yeah. And then that's tools to improve yourself and to make you better and make the person's experience better. Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't someone who's working with you want that? And
Yeah.
if someone's ready to work with you, how are they going to do that? How are they going to find you? You said you are the only person with your name, so I assume they can just search that.
You can search that. I have many different avenues. I've got a podcast myself. I'm starting a women's. Yeah, no.
What is your podcast on?
My podcast is on healing for women. A lot of women dim their light. We go through cycles of people pleasing because we want people to stay with us, right? And so over years, we start dimming our light. We start losing pieces of ourselves. And by the time you're my age, you look in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself anymore. And so it's relearning how to find your way back to yourself.
Okay. And then that was self-reflection that led you to starting that?
Yeah, so that was me walking away from the altar, recognizing that I didn't know who I was, and I couldn't marry somebody if I didn't know who I was. And so
now you have a whole podcast to be able to lay that out.
All the tools that I would have wished I had.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have the podcast, and then your other avenue, your next avenue, I guess, is the right term.
Yeah. So the next avenue is creating the Radiant Women's Collective. It's going to be an online membership group. So right now I run a bunch of in-person women's groups where we deep dive into topics that are like personal to women, right? Sometimes it's deep diving into a concept like redefining success or unpacking self-worth. And it's so interesting because all these women have different stories, but you hear them listening to somebody else's conversation and being like, oh my God, me too.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have, yeah.
So,
validation.
Okay, so then you have a group and they're all together like a circle, like a circle.
Yeah, like a women's circle.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the idea is to make this on a grander scale for people across the United States to have access to, but also incorporate workshops and panels and conversations with other people that maybe have a degree in this, whereas I'm just a coach. And so inviting people to have a conversation where they can learn more about how to help themselves heal.
Not just a coach, you are a coach.
I am a coach.
You are a coach. Yeah. It's not just a coach. You're a coach.
I am a coach. Yeah, pretty cool one.
Yeah, right. And so then how are they going to find you? So they just what are your ways?
MyHealingIsYourHealing.com.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
MyHealingIsYourHealing.com. It rolls off the tongue. So and you can remember that if you're already hearing it, it's in your head now. Maybe you're going to have to find someone from the Midwest and jingle it. Maybe there's you can go on to Suno and make a jingle. Do you ever use Suno? S-U-N-O?
I don't. Is that an AI tool?
It's an AI tool that makes music. And you can, and yeah, if you go into ChatGPT and you go and you have it make you a prompt for it, you can do that. You can also have it make the lyrics, and you can add the lyrics into it if you want lyrics, or if you want it instrumental, and it is free. And that is one I very much enjoy using. So no, they're not paying me for that. I'm just telling you that. So
I have to check this out. That is so cool.
Yeah, so if you want a jingle, you can whatever is in your head for a jingle, you can make it now. You can be like,
but I have to be smart and say I wanted this tempo and this instrumentation, and yeah.
Right. I want it to sound like a Midwest jingle. I want it to be better than the Menards. You can save big money with Celeste.
Yeah.
And yeah, Celeste, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciated having you, and I'm glad we got to talk about 58 different things.
That was so much fun.
Circle back. Yeah, it was fun for me too. And we got where we went. got where we started, got where we ended. Who knows where any of that was in between, but it's what was needed to be talked about. So hang around for a few minutes, and we'll get you back on here at some point if you want.
Thanks, Rusty.
You bet. All right, thanks, Celeste. All right, so that's Celeste. You guys, you're going to remember there's going to be a jingle, so you can get that jingle jangle going, and you'll remember her website, and it's going to be down there on the description. If you guys want to find me, rustydiamond.net, hypnosisisgreat.com, popuphealing.net, worldclasscustoms.com, clubxiii.com. Check out my books. Hypnosis is great. Erotic hypnosis is great. Whatever you want to find, it's all there. Everything you can find on rustydiamond.net. It's all just a link tree. So thank you, everybody, for being here on the Rusty Diamond Podcast Network. And that is the show, man. Boom!
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.